Welcome friends. Previously we were discussing about the case of calls in advance and how the interest on calls in advance is charged on the particular amount, and let us discuss some of the cases with regard to that. Previous class a case was given as an activity or a homework. I hope you have gone through the question. If you didn't get the answer with regard to that, let us discuss the same case. Okay, here the question was a person, Samtel Limited, issued 2 lakhs equity shares of rupees 10 each, and the value of each of these installments is application is 2, allotment is 3, first and final call is 5. Shares were fully subscribed and paid in full. Out of the shareholders, Mr. Manoj, to whom allotted 5,000 shares, paid the call money along with allotment. Interest on calls in advance should be given at 6%. So this was the case. So let us pass the necessary journal entries. First one, whenever we receive an application amount or the subscription fees, the entry will be bank account up to equity share application. Total shares issued by the concern is 2 lakh shares, and price of one installment, especially the application, is rupees 2. So 2 per share. Total shares were 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs into 2, you will get 4 lakhs. Pass the necessary narration of each entries. And it was happened on 1st January 2018. Don't forget to pass the date in the journal entry. Next one, you need to pass the due entry with regard to the payment. The entry will be equity share application account up to equity share capital. Remember, the date of the due entry will be done on the next installment date, that is next is in allotment. Allotment is on 1/3/2018. So pass the same date for the due entry also. Equity share application account up to equity share capital. Since there is no adjustments with regard to that, amount is 4 lakh. Application money received on share capital. Next one, allotment, and make sure whether there is adjustment with regard to that. Here there is an adjustment. Mr. Manoj, to whom 5,000 shares were allotted, paid the allotment call money along with the allotment. So we need to adjust that calls in advance in the second installment. And for that, first of all, let us pass the journal entry with regard to allotment. On 1/3/2018 or 1st March, equity share allotment account up to equity share capital. Price of one share is 3. Total number of shares is 2 lakhs. So 3 into 2 lakhs, you will get 6 lakhs. Next, you need to pass the payment entry. Remember, you need to make the necessary adjustments in the payment entry. So the entry will be bank account up to equity share allotment to calls in advance. So let us find the total amount of allotment money that is received by the concern. As per the shares issued, the company should get an amount of 6 lakh. But in this situation, the company has received an advance amount from a shareholder who hold 5,000 shares. So actual amount of money that has to be received by the company in case of allotment is 6 lakh. We have written the amount already. And apart from that, an additional amount of advance was received from Mr. Manoj, who hold 5,000 shares. So Mr. Manoj paid the call money at the time of allotment. So how many shares were held by him? 5,000 shares. And what was advance payment? It was the call money. So what is the price of the call money? Rupees 5 per share. So 5,000 into 5, that is 25,000, was the advance payment made by the prospective shareholder, that is Mr. Manoj. So a total of 6,25,000 was received by way of allotment amount. I hope you are getting the concept. Actual amount to be received was 6 lakh, but there is a advance amount received by the company from a certain shareholder worth rupees 25,000. So total of 6,25,000 has to be shown as a receipt entry. So total bank account 6,25,000, out of which actual amount to be collected with regard to share allotment is 6 lakh. We have entered the amount, and advanced amount received is 5,000 into 5, 25,000, and make the necessary narration for each of the journal entries. Next one, we need to pass the entries for the first and final call. We will begin with due entry. Equity share first and final call account debtor to equity share capital. Share value of one share is 5. Total number of shares issued was 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs into 5, 10 lakhs. First and final call money due on 2 lakh shares at rupees 5 per share. And next one is the last entry, and here you need to make necessary changes with regard to the advanced amount received. Total amount to be paid at the time of first and final call is 10 lakh, but the prospective shareholders, do they have to pay the full amount? Need not, because Mr. Manoj has already paid in advance 25,000. So out of 10 lakhs, 25,000 is already paid. So the company needs to collect only the amount after deducting 25,000 from 10 lakhs. So the entry will be bank account debtor calls in advance account debtor to equity share first and final call. So how to write the amounts? It's very easy. First of all, let us write down this amount 10 lakhs, because that was the actual amount that has to be collected at this particular installment. So equity share first and final call 10 lakhs. Next one, what was the advance payment? If you go through the previous entries, you can see that 25,000. So write down the 25,000. So out of 10 lakhs, 25,000 is paid in advance. So what was the remaining amount? So 10 lakhs minus 25,000, you will get the actual amount to be collected at that particular installment. You can either follow this one, or you can find the amount of payment using the number of shares to be collected. You can either follow this one or that one. That's up to your discretion. You can follow either on the base of the amounts, taking the difference, find out the payment amount, or otherwise you can go for the actual number of shares that has to be collected, and out of total number of shares that are received in advance. Likewise, you can follow that one, or you can follow this one. It's all up to your discretion. So we have passed all the journal entries with regard to each of these installments. Next one, in this question, an advance amount was paid by a certain person, and in the question it is also mentioned that the company must provide interest on the advance payment received, and interest rate is 6%. So we need to pass the entries with regard to interest on calls in advance. So first of all, let us pass the due entry on interest on calls in advance. The entry will be interest on calls in advance account debted to shareholders account. Interest on calls in advance is an expense, so it is debited and it is paid to the shareholders. So how we are going to find the interest? Total amount of advance amount was 25,000, and 25,000 was already paid in advance, and it was made 4 months prior to the actual installment to be paid. Actually, this 25,000 has to be paid on July, but it was paid on March. So a total of 4 months is there, for which the interest has to be provided by the company. So 25,000 into interest rate is 6%, so 6 by 100 into 4 by 12, because we need not have to provide interest for the whole year. because the advance payment was done prior to the 4 months from the actual installment. So the company must provide interest for the 4 months. So 4 by 12 you will get 500. So the amount of interest on calls in advance account debited to shareholders is 500 in both sides. So we have passed the entry for the due. Next you need to pass the entry for the actual payment. The entry will be shareholders account to bank, same amount. So these are the entries with regard to issue of shares when calls in advance is there in any one of the installments, and if there is interest on calls in advance, pass the necessary entries with regard to that. I hope you have understood the concept. So let us move on to the next area. Next one, over subscription. In this module or in this area, issue of shares with regard to company's account, the most important area with regard to the same topic is over subscription. And the problem with regard to is of great importance, as it involves some of the important adjustment that has to be passed. So let us learn about the concept of over subscription. Over subscription is a condition in which the application received on issue of shares exceed the number of shares that the company intended to allot. That is a concept. Because usually when the company issues shares, the public may subscribe the shares of the company, but in some situations means when the company which is issuing the shares is a well managed or a financially strong company having goodwill and reputation, it is natural that public is interested in investing their money in that particular company. So when the company issues shares, it may be subscribed by a large mass or a large group of people. In such a case, it becomes necessary to refuse the allotment to some of the applicants, because for example a company might have issued 1 lakh shares. Since the company is having a good image in the public, about 5 lakh applicants were applied for the shares of the company. Can the company meet all the requirements of the applicants? No, because company is issuing only 1 lakh and demand for shares was 5 lakhs. So the company can't provide shares to all the applicants. So such situation is known as oversubscription. So shares are said to be oversubscribed when the number of shares applied for is more than the number of shares offered for the issue, just like the example I just mentioned. This usually happens in case of a good company. So as per the SEBI guidelines, all the applications received should be categorized based on the number of shares applied for, and allotment should be made in marketable lots on a proportionate basis. And under oversubscription, the company might follow 3 or 4 methods to deal with such situations, and those methods are the problems which we are going to deal in this area. So how the concern or the company is going to deal with such oversubscription? First of all, as a student, with regard to this topic, we need to identify the accounting treatment in case of oversubscription. When there is oversubscription, 3 alternatives are available to the directors to deal with the situation. First one, accept some application in full and totally reject the others. That is, if a company invites application for 10,000 shares and receives application for 12,000 shares, So the company may totally reject the application for 2000 shares, because out of 10,000 shares, company received 12,000, so excess 2,000. So excess 2,000 is rejected and allowed 10,000 shares to the remaining applicants. That is one method. Another is make pro rata distribution, or we can say acceptance of applicants partially. In simple terms, it means issue of shares to the subscribers on a particular ratio. That is a concept, and this is the most important part in an oversubscription problem. So how the pro rata distribution works? In this case, when shares are oversubscribed, no applicants is fully accepted. Each applicant gets allotment for certain number of shares on the basis of number of shares applied for, based on the number of shares that the company intended to allot. This method is called pro rata allotment, or proportionate allotment, or ratio allotment. So on making pro rata allotment, the excess application money received will as far as possible be adjusted in allotment money or call money, depends upon the case which we are going to deal. So in the first case, all the excess will be rejected, but in case of pro rata distribution, the excess money will be adjusted either in allotment or in call money, and there is a proportionate ratio for adjusting that excess amount. That is known as pro rata distribution. So in pro rata distribution, only a part of the oversubscribed will be rejected, and in majority of the cases and major part of the subscriptions received will be distributed among allotment and call money. Only a small is rejected, but in case of first method, all the excess will be rejected. So these are the two methods the company follow. Next one, a combination of the above two alternatives. The above two alternatives means accepting full for some applicants and accepting partial for others, and no allotment to the rest. Actually, in some situations and in some businesses, they may split the third option again into two. That is, they follow a combination pattern. In this case, they are accepting full for some application, accepting partial for some, and no allotment for others. In some conditions, the company may accept full and accept partial, and in next case, the company may accept full, accept partial, and reject the rest. Sometimes the company follow the third method in two different styles. So if you go through the different books, you can find that there are 4 treatments in some books. The thing is, the third alternatives is again split into two. In one method, that is accepting full and partial allotment for the rest. In another case, accepting full, partial allotment, and no allotment for the rest. So again splitting the third method into two cases. Anyway, we will be dealing with all the cases, and these 3 are the most important methods that the concern or the directors of the company follow whenever they have to deal with oversubscription. So first of all, let us try a case with regard to first alternative. We have to discuss different cases, and only you will get a clear idea about the methods the company follow during oversubscription. And we will be discussing some of the important cases with regard to these 3 methods, and by the end of this module we will be discussing some of the comprehensive cases with regard to same area. So first of all, let us try the first alternative. So before we go into a case, let us deal an example. If a company invites application for 10,000 shares, since the image of the company is very good, the company received an application for 12,000 shares. So the directors may totally reject the application for 2,000. That is the first alternative. It is the best and easiest method that a company can follow. See, 10,000 issued, received 12,000, excess was 2,000, and the company easily reject the 2000 shares, and the company allowed only 10,000 shares to the remaining applicants. In this case, the application money received in respect of rejected application must be refunded by passing the following entry. I hope you know the entry with regard to refund we have learned at the beginning of the issue of shares module. So the entry will be share application account debited to bank. Actually, all these activities happen in the time of application, and the further adjustment is done in the further cases, that is in case of allotment or in the call money. That depends upon the method followed by the company. So the first one is the most easiest method. Whenever there is excess, reject the excess, refund the amount, go home. That is the best method. As far as a company is concerned, that is the most least selected method, because in that case the company is losing actually the excess amount. In other cases, in the second alternative, that is in the second method and third method, the company trying to collect as much more amount from the excess application. But in the first case, all the excess is rejected. So from the company's point of view, they won't select this method. But from the student's point of view or our point of view, this is the most easiest method. So let us discuss a case with regard to the same method. Case Kamal and Company Limited issued for public subscription 40,000 equity shares of 10 each, payable 2 on application, 4 on allotment, and the balance on first and final call. So what will be the balance amount? Total amount is 10. Out of 2 is application, 4 is allotment. So the balance amount will be, let us find out. Application for 50,000 shares were received. So how many shares were issued by the company? 40,000, but the company received application for 50,000 shares. Application money received in excess of applicants, that is 10,000, was returned. The call was made and the amount due was received in full. So there is no default or there is no advance payment. The only thing is there was an excess demand for the shares. Since the company is following the first alternative, they will be rejecting all the excess amount. So we will go through the working note. Application money was 2, allotment was 4. So the first and final call will be 4, because total is 10. So out of 10, 6 is already allotted to application allotment. So the remaining value is 4. So let us pass the necessary journal entries. I believe you know the format of the journal. We are not going further into that. Since the date is not mentioned, we can leave that column blank. First of all, begin with first one, the receipt of application money or the subscription fees, bank account debited to equity share application, total amount of application money received. So don't get confused. You need to enter the actual amount received by the company. So total number of shares was 40,000, but actual application was received for 50,000 shares. So how much money was received by the concern? Value of an application is 2. The company received for 50,000 shares, even though it issued 40,000. So don't go for 40,000. This entry is passed for the actual amount received by the company. So actual amount received means rupees 2 on 50,000 shares. So it will be 1 lakh. And pass the necessary narration, being the application money received on 50,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. Next one, you need to pass the due entry, equity share application account debited to equity share capital. In that case, you have to be very careful. In this question, the company issued 40,000 shares, received application money for 50,000. So how many shares can be issued to the subscribed public? Only 40,000 shares is held by the company. So this company can allot only 40,000 worth of shares. So in the second entry, that is a due entry, the company can pass the entry for actual number of shares held. That is, the company can issue only value worth of 40,000 shares. So equity share application account up to equity share capital, where the company's actual value of shares has to be shown. So 50,000 was applied, but the actual shares held by the concern was 40,000. So 40,000 into 2, 80,000. This is how you have to show the entries, and this is how you have to deal with payment entry as well as the due entry. In payment entry, the amount will be the actual amount received by the company with regard to issue. With regard to issue, not with regard to the number of shares issued. But in the second case, the company will show the entry with regard to the actual shares held, because here the company can't show 1 lakh because the company hold only 40,000 shares. How they are going to show the amount of 50,000 shares? Actually, the company has only 40,000 shares. Here 50,000 means the company received the application money for 50,000, worth of 50,000 shares. That is a concept. So here you have to show the actual amount of share capital. That is 40,000 into 2, 80,000. So we have passed two entries. Next one, allotment. First is the due entry. So in that case, before we go into the allotment situation, remember here this is a method where the company follows the first alternative. First alternative means whenever the company receives an excess application money, the company should refund the excess amount. So actual amount of share capital held is 80,000, but the company received the application for 1 lakh, so the excess amount is 20,000. That 20,000 has to be refunded. So the entry is very easy. That's the opposite of the first entry. So equity share application, account up to bank. See, excess amount is 20,000, being the application money refunded on rejected application. Remember to pass this refund entry in case of oversubscription situation. You have to pass this refund entry in other two alternate methods also, because rejection will be there in any of the methods. So you must remember to pass the rejection entry. It may not be mentioned in the question. In the question it will be mentioned like that, excess money is rejected. It will be mentioned like that, rejected. It won't mention, or it won't give information regarding the refund of that amount. It will be said that rejected, certain number of shares are rejected. So it is up to you to pass the refund entry. So next one, allotment. In case of allotment, the company has how many shares? 40,000 shares. So what was the price of the allotment? Rupees 4 per share. So the amount is equity share allotment account up to equity share capital, 40,000 into 4, 1,60,000. Don't worry about the 50,000. 50,000 was a demand. It is not a necessity that you must provide all the shares for the subscribers. We can only offer the actual number of shares held by the company. We can't offer extra shares. So the company going to allot only to those shares held by the company. So those shares, it means 40,000 was the shares. So 40,000 into 4, 1,60,000. Next one, you need to pass the payment entry. Payment entry is bank account up to equity share allotment. The company received the payment of 40,000 into 4, that is 1,60,000. And after that, let us go to the next one, first and final call. You need to pass the due entry. There are no further adjustments with regard to that. Once you pass a refund amount, your adjustment with regard to the first alternative in case of oversubscription is over. So first and final call, the entry will be equity share first and final call account up to equity share capital. Total number of shares is 40,000. 40,000 into value of first and final call is 4. Again 1,60,000. Pass the necessary due entry. Entry means narration. After that, let us go to the final entry, payment entry. Bank account up to equity share first and final call. Amount is the same. Since there is no adjustments with regard to that, pass the necessary narration. So these are the entries with regard to that. And this is the case of oversubscription where the company is rejecting the excess applications. I hope you have understand the concept. Remember to pass the amounts properly in case of first one, and second one, and don't forget to pass the necessary refund entry. Refund entry will be there in coming alternative methods. We will discuss about those cases in the coming sessions. Just go through all these concepts. If you have any queries, please let me know. We will continue in the coming sessions.